Hey guys, welcome. This is Mr. Bainey. I wanted to touch base with you very quickly about just following through with what we were talking about earlier. I actually made a video this morning and posted it. However, I just found out that I broke copyright laws and did not mean to, so they took it down. I don't know if you tried to get to it. But yeah, it turns out that I had music playing in the background when I made it, and I guess YouTube heard it, and because I don't own the rights to U2, a U2 song, they actually took it down. So I apologize for that. But what I do want to talk about is to follow through with the SWBST, which is somebody wanted, but so then. Right? And we talked about that last week when it comes to summarizing the elements of a story. All right? So anytime that we are doing this, we have a somebody, right? This is part of the setting. It introduces the main character. It's who the story is about. All right? Next is wanted. This section addresses the theme or the plot. It states the main idea describing what somebody, the main character, wanted. Right? Now we have the but. And the but states the problem or the conflict that the main character has. And I'm sure in your English courses you've talked about the different kinds of conflict, whether that's person versus person, person versus self, self versus nature, etc., etc. Right? Then we have the so, and that's described by the three main events that happened in the story as the somebody tried to resolve the conflict. And finally, we have the then, and this tells how the problem's solved. Now, in an expositional story or plot, usually you find what we call the exposition, and that is the somebody and the wanted combined. So we can see right here that this has both of those things taken care of. All right. So this is the part of the plot that gives the background. All right. So we can even look at it here. So here's the exposition. This very first part of this plot diagram gives you all of the background information. It makes you either love or hate the characters. It makes you feel happy or sad for them. Then we get into the rising action. And this is the but part. This is the problem. What are the issues going on? So, some movies, someone may have been kidnapped or taken hostage. So the rising action comes. Then finally we have the climax. And the climax comes from the rising action. And this is the turning point of the story. This is the highest point, all right? This is when the most cars get blown up and the most people die in films, right? Then we have what we call the falling action. And finally, we have the resolution, also known as the denouement, right? Now, what this means is that most stories, and not all stories follow exactly along, but if you think about most movies and most books, they follow right along with this, all right? Now, this is what happens when we summarize fictitious stories, or even historic-based stories, all right? Believe it or not, we can also do this with all of our writing and all of our reading. And that's what we're going to get into a little bit later. So for now, what I want you to do, and I already had you do this, right? We talked about our movies, right? You guys gave me a quick summary. Now, what I want you to do is I want you to fill in step one. Somebody wanted, but so then, okay? And that is due for today. Now, tomorrow, which is going to be Tuesday, we are going to write sentences that start this out. And you're going to find how easy it is to write about this stuff when you do this ahead of time, okay? So today, what I want you to do is I want you to fill in step one. And tomorrow, Tuesday, we're going to continue on with step two. All right? Thank you very much, and we will talk soon. Bye-bye.